When I moved into my new apartment, it felt like a breath of fresh air, spacious, bright, and filled with an odd kind of charm. The previous occupant was said to have died mysteriously, but the landlord assured me it was an accident, just a faint shadow cast over this otherwise lovely space. I brushed the rumors off, thinking they were nothing more than the whispers of bored neighbors. However, it didn't take long for the odd occurrences to begin. At first, it was subtle, a chill that swept through the hallway at night, an echo of footsteps when no one was there. I noticed strange symbols etched into the baseboards, something I couldn't decipher, but their presence set my teeth on edge. One evening, as I settled in, I felt an overwhelming urge to explore the cramped storage closet at the end of the hall. The door creaked open, revealing a clutter of old boxes and dust-covered furniture. However, my eyes were drawn to a large, battered book resting atop a decaying trunk. Its spine was worn, pages yellowed with age, and the leather cover bore an intricate design that seemed to ripple under the dim light. Curiosity, driven by something primordial, compelled me to take it out. The moment I opened it, a gust of cold air rushed past me, sweeping through the room, extinguishing my lamp in a single breath. The words within were a twisted script, a language that twisted around itself, inscribed with the promise of ancient power. I can't explain why, but something about those pages pulled at my core. As I read, shadows seemed to emerge from the corners, slithering like whispers along the floor. I shuddered, but felt my heart quicken, fueled by an insatiable need to know more. That night, I dreamed of the symbols, of dark ceremonies and incantations echoing in a forgotten tongue. When I awoke, I discovered the symbols had reappeared on my skin, etched in an unseen ink that would not wash away. Every night brought a new revelation, a new terror. I began to hear faint humming during the early hours, as if the walls themselves were alive with a voice that called to me, urging me to perform the rituals I was now learning without conscious thought. Days passed in a blur, marked by bloodshot eyes and a growing dread, but I couldn't stop. I was ensnared. It wasn't until the sound of desperate cries echoed through my dreams, familiar voices pleading for release, that I understood the horrifying truth. The book didn't just contain knowledge, it held prisoners, souls bound within its pages, and I had unwittingly unleashed something I could never hope to control. I discarded the tome, but the whispers remained, crawling into the silence of my rooms each night. I had to leave, but the apartment wouldn't let me go. As I stood at the door, I realized the symbols had merged with my own, and I too was trapped, an unwilling conduit for the darkness that lingered just beyond the veil of my waking life. I could hear them now, the cries, the sighs, growing louder with every heartbeat, as if they were inviting me to lay my soul bare for the restless spirits yearning for release.